So an exciting matchup in round one of the Vancouver Sevens is about to take place. Fiji versus France. Fiji sitting first in the overall standings, but the French, they are a very handy side who can really upset anyone on the Sevens circuit. It will certainly be an entertaining one, and in this preview we'll be looking through at the key players, the previous head-to-heads, and then also a prediction who I think will win this contest. But jumping straight into it, Fiji and France, they have met 4 times on the 2025-26 campaign, 3 of which have gone the way of Fiji. They met each other in the Singapore final. That one won by the Fijians 21 points to 12. The bronze final the week prior, 26-19. In the Dubai bronze final, it was also Fiji versus France, 24 points to 7. And then the lone game that these two sides have played each other in pool play, France were victorious, 24 points to 19. So in playoff rugby, the Fijians have a massive advantage. But in the one game during pools, it was the French who were able to get the win. Looking through, though, at key players for these two sides. Tario Vailawa for the Fijians. He has been outstanding throughout this campaign. He knows how to find gaps in the opposition defence, does brilliantly whether he's starting or making his way off the bench. So when you look at key players for the Fijians, he has to be right up there in terms of that list. Also, Vuiviwa Nadovalo did suffer a little bit of an injury at the end of the last Sevens competition, but up until that stage, he was scoring tries for fun. He's got an outstanding strike rate. He always finds his way over the line, has proven by the amount that he has scored throughout this year, and I would say 5 tries minimum are coming Vuiviwa Nadovalo's way for the Vancouver Sevens. And the last man to keep an eye out for, I kind of want to go George Balsi, but at the same time, I do feel like we have to mention a couple of those bigger players in terms of size and stature out there for the Fijians. The return of Talatholo is going to be a massive bonus for them. Also, someone like a Tani Vanua Kula, they've been using him more so off the bench, but does really bring that impact when given the opportunity. For the French, they have got a pretty well set squad at this point in time. The experienced head of Paulin Riva as the captain. He knows exactly what he has to do with his side to be able to get victories. Now, normally, we've got to remember, when France have been playing Fiji, it's been at the end of a competition where the French maybe have lost a semi-final and their heads have dropped a little bit. But from the start of the competition, if they start winning the early games and they get through to the semi-finals, France are always in with a great chance. And that is down to that leadership of Paulin Riva finding ways to get the most out of this French side. Now, Sinepe, he has huge pace and knows how to set his side up for success. Jordan Sefo, he is due for a huge tournament, and maybe it could be this one in Vancouver. And then someone like a Zadar can also be extremely dangerous. Now, a big player that they are missing from the French team here is no Steven Perez Martin, and he is normally known for controlling the back line. He also has a huge amount of experience similar to Riva, so not having him for this campaign could be quite brutal for this French team. But those are the key players for these two sides. We've mentioned the previous head-to-head, of course, also in this group. There are a couple other tough challenges in Australia as well as Argentina, so every game is crucial. With only the 3 matches of pool play, you cannot afford to drop one, or else maybe you could end up missing out. But I feel these two sides have a great chance of going through to the semi-finals, and for this contest in particular, it's a tricky one to really predict because, like I've mentioned, playoff games, they do extremely well up against the French, but the one lone pool game that we have seen, France were able to get the better of Fiji. Now, that was their 3rd match in Dubai. This one is the opening contest, so really it comes down to who had the better preparation heading into this tournament. We've had about a month off since the last one. So if there was ever a time for France to beat Fiji, I think it would be here. Now, Fiji do look good on paper, though. And without Steven Perez Martin, I feel like that sways it a lot more in Fiji's direction. So I'm going to go 26 points to 19. A high-scoring game to start us off. Maybe a couple defensive errors from both teams. But overall, hopefully, a very entertaining game for the first match for these two sides. But nonetheless, this game is kicking off at 8:19 a.m. New Zealand time on Sunday morning. That is 7:19 a.m. for you guys in Fiji. We will be doing the live commentary on the channel. So, of course, be sure to check that out. But thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you all for the next one.